couple things here. Basically on focusing on early game for New World. Um, I want to go over what I did for the open beta and kind of what has worked for me and what I have found to be kind of the most optimal start. And I'm the type of person that wants to do PVE content and crafting. So if that's your playstyle too, and you're looking to get some insight on how to balance that, this is the perfect video. So basically, one of the builds I'm doing is the musket and hatchet, and this really allows you to go to higher end spots quicker, which is huge. If you can farm higher end chests and mobs, the drops you're gonna get are definitely better, especially around like the 15 to 20 range. That's when I started seeing like a really, decent boost to drops. Before that, it just seems like, I don't know, rarer drops are just few and far between. I don't know if I was just getting unlucky, or if that's the way it's set up. But yeah, I would say shooting for those higher end mob areas and getting those chests, specifically supply chests, and you can find the different locations on the map called Map Genie, which is an interactive map. So the next thing I want to go into has to do with crafting, um, and basically I went into engineering early so that basically you can boost your ability to make better tools as soon as possible. And the cool thing is, I mean, you can make flint and iron tools like super early on. That's not a worry, but steel tools, they're really good for you if you're going to be getting those resources out in the world. And B, they go for a ton of gold on the market early on. I was making steel pickaxes, or specifically pickaxes, but pretty much every tool that exists, and selling it for like 300 to 500 gold a pop on the market. And once you reach that steel tool, you can just spam the market and people will buy them. So another thing that people are like, love to buy and sell are, of course, uh, weapons and armor, but those are way more common than the tools, because tools you can't get drops from, whatever. Plus, people are going at such a high rate leveling, and people want to increase their gear score every level. If you're like me, it's every like 3 levels or so, 3 to 5 levels. I'll try to like buy some new stuff. Which takes me into my next thing, is the gold versus buying stuff on the market, and then also comparing that to buying stuff from like your faction leader, I guess. I don't know what to call him, but basically you can see on the screen here the faction symbol in all of your towns. He'll be able to sell if we run over there quick, just to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. But I would say, making those extra steel tools is going to make you a lot of money, and it's going to allow you to get those resources faster. And then you can also, in the meantime, do a ton of these faction quests. That's what I've been doing to get as much of these tokens. And I haven't unlocked it yet because I really haven't been able to play the beta much. But you can use probably your points to get either 1 or 2 pieces of gear in here. I was going to get the hatchet here, and then probably a piece of armor or something. It's just tough because like the beta, I mean, I don't know if exactly how relative it's going to be on full release, but I'm definitely betting on it being somewhat similar, where like it's kind of hard to get pretty decent weapons and that sort of thing. And I really like the style of the medium armor for, or at least the stats. The stats on the for the medium armor in Templar is pretty solid. So I was planning on buying that stuff. Crafting armor and stuff early on just doesn't feel that great to me. I know it would be good long term, but I don't feel like it's there. For late game, sure, absolutely, but early on, it's just you might as well buy the decent gear that's better for like, I don't know, 100, 200, 300 gold max, um, in this level range. And people are making a lot of noise. But yeah, I would say, shoot for, making your tools and then selling them on the trade post, and then also using your extra tokens for whatever gear you can't buy off of the market, and then kind of just keep your gear going up from that, The only other thing I would say you should buy off of the faction guy is the pouches. I would buy like one or two, maybe three, just to make like some extra gold if you want. Like if you're really desperate for gold to like, oh my god, people are memeing. It's Sunday night. It's like 2 hours before the beta ends. Of course, these people are acting whack, but yeah, you gotta have some fun. I love it. Honestly, this has been some of the most fun I've had in a long time, and I just really hope it doesn't get delayed again. Um, that's really all I'm wishing, and yeah, I mean, like I said, those pouches, they'll sell for like 1,000 gold, early on, and it's a really solid gold boost in the beginning. Um, the only other stuff I would say is like for specifically, you want to get your gathering up to level 30 so that you can get all those different motes, which are like um, for different kinds of enhancements for the gems. Those are really nice so that you can stockpile those early on. And I would say you can level 30 harvesting very easily by just farming like farmland basically. Like you can go to any of the farms in, you know, all of Windsward and Everfall. I think there's even some down in or over in not Evanscale. Yeah, Monarchs. So Monarchs Bluff, Windsward are the two main areas that and Everfall, sorry, that have a lot of farms, and you can just find all kinds of different plants, like your cabbages, broccoli, carrots, that sort of thing, and just run those until you hit 30, and then you can farm those like flaming flowers and cool things like that. They'll definitely come in handy. But I would definitely focus on engineering and spam the heck out of gunpowder, bullets, fishing poles, your tools, that sort of thing. I wouldn't even worry so much about like buying and selling the bullets and that sort of thing. Like as you can see, I have a pretty big stockpile here just from spamming them, and I still have 190 gunpowder, so I really haven't even, done that much. And the really cool thing, if you're running a musket build in there, the Calamity is absolute killer for this level. If you can get this at level 20, you will be popping because there's nothing that even comes close to this gear score. The closest I could find was like 332, and that's pushing it. That's like a once every, I don't know, probably couple of hours or so on the marketplace. And I'm not trying to sit there and try to find stuff, so this is, and plus 17 dexterity, that's huge. The only thing I don't really like about it is the trap. I think the movement speed's like very because in my build, I'm just gonna go with like laying down a trap and then jump right into my melee combo. But I don't know. I mean, it's super good weapon for early on. Hatchet, I haven't found anything too great. I think I might just buy one off the marketplace or buy one from the faction vendor. Um, Either or. Um, but yeah, really, I would just spam gunpowder, um, and then make a ton of bullets, and you'll be pretty high engineering. Um, and then along with doing your steel tools. And then once in a while, I would also recommend throwing your Azoth in there, especially for early game iron, either iron or steel. I mean, it depends on how much Azoth you have. Um, I mean, I had like 800 for a while, so I was like, I'll just use it on some of this. And green ones definitely sell for more and faster on the marketplace than just the base ones, because they have some pretty good stats usually. Also, like, it's only 15, and I mean, if it's going to boost your gold by like 100, 200, sometimes 300, depending on the stat roll you get, it's definitely worth it sometimes. So, something good to look into. Um, the only other thing I would recommend for early game focus, for mining, um, really, like, you just need to find a good spot to farm iron because you're gonna need like thousands of iron to, keep up with the amount of steel that you want to produce and that sort of thing. Even just to get your levels up, because really I've only played like, I don't know, 15 hours in this beta, and I've really cranked out some skills. I think overall, if we go on here, I have smelting at 85, engineering 64, I got mining 73. I even boosted logging to 42 in like, I don't know, 4 hours, which, I mean, it's just brainless logging, so I mean, anyone can do that. It just, I was trying to get it for the Calamity because you need timber. Um, it's either lumber or timber, I can't remember now. But yeah, the second tier wood. And so I just binged that, and then I kind of gave up because I was thinking about how much I have to work and not basically be able to play. Um, but yeah, it was a ton of fun. Learned a lot, and I'm totally ready for a release. So I'm excited for that. Um, but I would say too, if you're sick of trying to find iron because it can be super competitive in certain areas, just do stone farming too. Like, I know you're gonna lack in smelting level then, but this smelting level 85 was for me doing all iron basically, and with 73 mining, and that was all iron. Like, I didn't do any stone farming, but if you guys want to go the easy route, which I probably will do in release just to do it a little faster, just spam boulders. Like, you don't have to do iron and then silver and stuff like that, because it is competitive. Um, and the thing is too, when you have such low weight early on in the game, you can just farm the ore and drop it, because that XP is still going to be super valuable that early on. And like, if you guys are trying to just chill and quest, and run around the world and have fun, that's fine. You don't have to, necessarily go sweat mode and just farm everything. Like, you can just wander around and like you'll come across different nodes and that sort of thing, and you just farm them and drop whatever you have if you don't feel like, you know, TPing back to the town place or anything like that. But yeah, just a food for thought. Um, and stone cutting too is very good to get into early on because of the time constraint. Basically, there's a different timer that you can only make certain cut stones or something every like day or so. I don't know specifics, but I would say get into that as early as you possibly can too. Um, but yeah, basically, just to go back over what we talked about, um, farm higher end mobs and chests as quickly as you can. Level up your engineering as fast as you can. Make tools, sell them as fast as you can, and then use that gold to buy and sell different items on the marketplace, and to continue making your steel tools, that sort of thing. And then whatever you can't buy, or if you want to use faction tokens, you can use that. Make some pouches here and there if you want. Make sure while you're leveling that you're hitting every node or just stone farming for that consistent XP. Um, and then also get your farming, your gathering, and your harvesting up to level 30. Those are super easy to do. And then you also have to do some logging to get your charcoal for making the bullets and gunpowder. So super easy stuff. Just takes a little bit of time, but you're gonna kill it early game if you just commit to this. It definitely served me well. I had like 8,000 gold the first day just from selling tools all day. It was pretty funny, and that was just iron tools. Once I hit the steel tools, it was pretty crazy. Super fun though. I love trying to play the market and find what people are. I want to be a supplier basically. So yeah, it was a ton of fun. Um, if you guys got some good knowledge out of that, let me know. Um, I'll be streaming on Twitch when New World comes out. I'll put all that stuff down in the description. And if you like the video, hit me with a like. Even subscribe if you are that interested. I definitely appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys later. See ya.